We are continuing our Shiurim on Otzrot Chaim. Baruch Hashem, we're in Shaar ANaCH. Shaar ANaCH, which is on page Daf Lamed Amud Beis. It's pereck Aleph of Shaar ANaCH. So says the Arizal. Narzo ata le'inan rishon. We're going to go back to the first inyan that we spoke about.
Lamed Aleph.
Lamed Aleph, you said?
Daf Lamed Amud Aleph.
Amud Aleph, okay. It says the Lamed Beis, okay. And in the Matuk Midvash is actually the second chelik Matuk Midvash and Daf Aleph. So we're going to go back to speak about what we spoke about already from the Arafach, of how the Ibul of Za happens in Ima. As we go through, we'll explain. We know that there are three stages of growth in Za. Orot, Nitzutzim, Vekelim. There are those three stages. Orot, Nitzutzim, Vekelim. Sorry, not stages, but rather factors that in Za that need to be taken care of, need to be rectified. We know that these three went into Ima in order to miskasher, v'nistaken, v'nitzchaber, sham, b'chinas Ima. So let me just fill in the, there's a lot missing here, so let me just fill you in. Again, so we had the Zay Malachim Shemesu, right? Zay Malachim Shemesu, they broke, and they fell down into what's called Bia, Bria Yitzir Siyah. Now, in order for them to make a tikkun, what needs to happen is that there has to be an aliyah from Bia into Atzilus. Okay, so that happens. So you find now the nitzutz is coming out. So not all three. That means the shivrei kelim and the nitzutzot which went down to mechaya the kelim come all the way back up. And where do they go? So this is where we're speaking about over here. It goes back into the sphere of bina. The sphere of bina is synonymous with Ima, and back in Ima, b'mai Ima, that's where the Zay Malochin shenishburu shemesu v'nifkemu, they're going to go back in there and get the final tikkun.
Where there?
Ima is the source where they came out from, and Ima is that's where they were created, and that's where they're going to get the final tikkun.
You mean as a gather of rebirth or a matter of remade? I mean, what's
the difference? Rebirth.
No, that's the wrong word. Well, no, it simply meant why does it have to go back? Why would that go to the Ima rather than the Abba? Or
again, that's she created them and she can massacre them. She has the koach. That's her koach. That's a koach, and therefore. All three facets of Za need to be misaken. Dahainu, his kelim, his nitzutzim, and his all those three facets need to be misaken inside of him. So let's continue. V'lechein, nevai atem mokum kenisat shlosha bechinas elu bebina besod de'ibul. We're going to define where exactly in Ima all these three facets are going to go into. Because we'll find three definitely distinctive differences in places in Bina. When they go back into Ima, besod Ibo, as if there's a new birth to this. New birth. Meaning, not birth, but rather a new pregnancy. She is now holding the children back in her stomach again. Now, he explains, V'hu halon isbar, have we not explained already in Shaar Za, pereck Beis, shebina v'tfuna nichlolu v'nasi parts of ichad bilvad. Now we know our famous four boxes, what we spoke about many times. Again, we'll just reiterate, 4 boxes are, which we call the 4 patzufim, but in order to figuratively, just to give a very rough mental image, we say that Abavi line is the first top box. Imai line is the top left box. Yisal Saba is the bottom right box. And Tfuna is the bottom left box. So let's focus on the 2 left boxes, which is Imai line and Tfuna. As I said many times, you can view them as two partsufim, you can use them as one partsuf. For our particular inyan over here of recreating and recreating or rectifying Zayin Tachnoni that broke, we're going to consider these two boxes, these two partsuf as one partsuf. We're going to make them as one part, two names? No, they're all considered to be Bina. Nevertheless, even though we're going to view them as two partsufim, the Rav often tells us that you can still, in the background, you have to know that they're two partsufim. So again, even though we're going to view them as one partsuf, we view them as two partsufim. The Hainu. We're going to look, for example, Nafkamina, where's the Yesod, the Mokum Yesod of this partsuf? So, if you look at this two partsufim, it's very good. There's the Yesod in the top partsuf, and there's Yesod in the bottom partsuf. But if you look at them as one partsuf, therefore the Yesod would be actually in between Mamish, the two partsufim.
Right.
Yeah, or just a bit lower, but basically in the Mokum that attaches both of them together. Now, Albaza, Kumtorois, theoretically we have three Mekoimus, three Yesoides now. The Yesoid was theoretically in the top box, which is Imai line. We had a theoretical Yesod in the bottom box, and now we have an actual Yesod, which is a combination of both boxes. So we have three Yesoides. Albaza, Kumtorois, that these three facets of Zah, which is the Shivre Kelim, the Nitzutzos, and the Oros will be allocated to three different Mekoimas, because those Mekoimas are the Emes, the Yesod, and that's where the Rechem, that's where the Mokum of Tikkun happens in a Bina. That's where all the Bechinas will get their Tikkun, back in the Rechem. That's where they came from, and that is the Mokum Tikkun for all of them. So let's see that inside. So we hear Halon is Bina. We know that they often make one partsuf. There are three different mekoimes. We know that Bina Eliona, that means Ima Eloi, was in the past, right before we joined them together, she had her Mokum Yesod over there, when she was separate from Tfuna. V'ashenu b'mokum she'aya b'tchila Yesod Tfuna, also Yesod, Tfuna also had Yesod. V'ashlishu Mokum Chatach, which is the connecting point, ben Ragle Bina le Tfuna. And that's the way, that's the way the Rav Shalom wants to explain, that the Mokum Chatach, the Yesod Tfuna Mokum Chatach hu ata Yesod shel Bina Aklolis. That's what Itan is, the Mokum Ta is the Mokum Chatach is the Mokum Kloli HaYesod of both partsufim.
Does it go around?
All of it's Chaim.
It's a svara.
No, it's not a svara. It's a...
You just easily
said
it.
Kach Mubur and it's not something we can mafalfel about. Either it is or not. And the Rav Shalom is very bucky in it's Chaim, and that's what he said. Right, now, even though they're together now, in kol ze haroshem shel hamekoimes hanizkarim nishar sham, kemo shekoseh b'mokum acher, she'ein lecha shum or she'eino menicho reshumo b'mkomo af acher histalkuso misham. Now you might have a question over here. You might ask, so what do you tell me theoretically that the Yesod was up there and the Yesod was down there, and that there's new Yesod? At the end, the two previous Yesod is not counted b'chlal. The answer is that it's not true. Not true at all. In Kabbalah, we always consider an all, which is, for example, the all of Yesod, which was there originally, that original Mokum, never leaves. And this is a huge Yesod. And anybody has their own Otzrot should underline this line, because it comes down many times. We find this in many different cycles. And the most famous example in the Kavanos of Pesach, when we speak about the oilers were taken away from Zah. Anybody knows the Kavanos of Pesach, and there was a siluk o, and therefore in Sfiras Omer we go back and we start bringing back for the next 49 days. We bring down the o back into the parts of Zah for the next 49 days, Chesed v'Chesed, and so on and so forth, all the other Bechinas. Says the Torah Chacham, But that can't be. How can we see there's a siluk of all? The Rav says in many different places in Shaar, in Shaar Achaf, here in Shaar ANaCH, we just saw it right now. There's no such thing as siluk legamre. If there's no siluk legamre and they're stuck in the all still there, why did you bring it back? On that he says we're not working on the possible. Now we're working on possible chagig klali. Sure. And he was, or in the Kabbalists will understand what I said. Okay, let's continue. So therefore, where that mokum yesod the bina, that's what where the oiros are going to go. The mokum yesod the tfuna, where yesod tfuna was originally, what's going to go in there? The kelim. So it's from bottom to top, right? So kelim will be nichnas into the yesod the tfuna, which was originally there. Then in Mokum Chatach you're going to have the Nitzutzot, and then higher up you're going to have the Oilers, which is going to be in the Mokum where Imo was originally. Let's see that again. Mokum Yambina nichnas Oilers, Mokum Chatach nichnas Nitzutzot, but Mokum Yesod Tvuna nichnas Kelim, Biot Shlosha Mekomos Elu, Behem Shlosha Bechinas Kenis Kala. Vezen Nikra Bechinas Ibol Shezal B'Mai Bina. Very good. So therefore, again, to reiterate, all the oilers and all the kalim, among the raised up, and then went back into Ima, where in Ima, again, there are three positions, where we have three different Yesoidas, went in, everyone in respective place. V'hine, poshutu sheshlosha b'chinas ha'elu, ein zman tikunim shovin. Okay, now what about the zman? How long does it take to Mesakin Kelim? How long does it take to Mesakin Nitzutzos? And how long does it take to Mesakin the oilers? It's not all the same Zman. Kelim tzorichim Zman Rav lisaken. V'Nitzutzos pochet mehem. Va'ol Zman mu'at mehem. Again, three daggers. Kelim, Nitzutzos, and the oilers. Kelim need, we'll see 12 months. The Nitzutzos will see 9 months. And the oilers take only 7 months. Why is that? So the Kabbalah Shlom explains the Kabbalah Shlom explains that the reason, one of the reasons, there are many reasons why the kelim broke. One of the Lashon 6, I think, if I'm not mistaken, says there was 18 different reasons why. One of the famous reasons is because there was sigim, impurities in the spheres as they came out of the ANaCH. They were premature and they had what's called the sigim inside of them. Since the majority amount of sigim impurities were in the kelim, therefore it takes 12 months to get them out. Okay. Nitzutzos had less sigim, says the Kabbalah Shlomo. And the oilers also need a zman, even though there was no particular pagam in them, but they're just waiting around until that level of keli becomes ready. And he adds in that why does it take 7 months for the oilers? The oilers is no pagam or no shvir, and the oil is all, because it's waiting for the time that it's going to get us to sefes ma uben. Those who know the Kabbalists know what I mean. As also we saw in Otzrot Chaim, in Otzrot Chaim beforehand, that from the Metzach HaAk is going to come what's called the Ma Chodesh, and from the ANaCH, the Ben, the Tesha Sfiras, is the Hashlomas of Tesha Sfiras, a Ben which did not break, they're going to come out to be Mashlim, whatever was missing originally. Says the Rav weiter, V'hine, Pashut hu, sheshlosha bechinas elu, ein zman tikun shavim, she'akim tzrichim zman Rav litaken, like I said, nitzuz pocht mehem, and ozim zman boat. V'zupchotem, ovad einum omdim b'sod ibul, rak sheva chodoshim, the oz only needs 7 months to fix them. V'achakach nigmorim milit sakin, and after that, they're finished. Nitzutzot nigmor achat tesha chodoshim, v'kilim nigmorim achat yud beis chodoshim, they take 12 months. Now they explain the Mefashim that doesn't mean that it takes them 12 months or 9 or 7 months to finish completely, but rather every month, as we'll see later on, every month fix another sphere. As we'll see.
What do you mean?
For example, the oilers, 7 months. It takes 7 months to masakin the oilers. How many spheres broke? 7. So every month is another sphere that's gets masakin. Says the Mefashim, what happens to once it gets masakin? It goes into its kelim. Now the chiddush is that even though kelim it takes 12 months, it takes more than a month for each one. Nevertheless, the oilers can still go in and they wait. They mitzamtzim themselves and they wait. That's what the Kabbalah Shlom says. V'lechein timtza shlosha mina iburim sheyesh ba'olam. And therefore we find taka bizmanenu, I should say, in olam agashmi, we find taka these three typical types of ibor, pregnancies. We find zman sheva, right? 7 months. A woman can be pregnant 7 months and gives later, as yoledis. We find a woman zman teishach, v'zman yud beis shonim. We find a lady can hold on for 12 months, as the Gemara says, Keniska v'Gemara, and the Gemara on Yovom stuff pay. Hahi uvda the shtoi ad yud beis yache. A woman taki kept a child in her stomach for 12 months. But asherei rabbe b'tosefta, b'tosfa. The shali was the bali yotze midin sayam, and the woman gave birth after 12 months, and they told her the baby was a mamzer, like a mamzer. Why? Because they said she should have given birth after 9 months. Why should 12 months? Must have been much later. Must have been she remarried. She must have got. She must have been zane while her husband was away. And Rav said no, it's not shrev b'chlal. It's Shaar to have a 12-month pregnancy. Okay, let's continue. Now, bir ininu ki be'emes ha'emes hu she'eino oros nigmorim litakin ad gemar sheva chodoshim. We find that eino oros nigmorim. Let's start with the oros. We're going to misakin the oros. Now, it takes 7 months in order for the oros to be misakin. Like I said to you, we don't wait till the 7 months are over in order to finish them completely, but rather they finish off immediately after every month. בחודש השני נכנסו מיקס בחינס אורש שנקנו אז, נתקנו אז, באופן שבכלולוס השבע חודשים נגמרו כל האורות להתקים ולהיכנס בתוך הכלים. At the end, every month another sphere, and they go in progressively into the kelim. That's part of the tikkun process for the oros. Now, what about the tikkun process for the nitzutzos? וכן הדל זהו בניצוצות שנתקנים מעט ונכנסים בכלים עד גמר 9 חודשים. And we know the ניצוצות takes 9 months. שאז נגמרו להתקן להיכנס בתוך הכלים, ואחר כך נשארים שם עם הכלים עד גמר י' בייס חודש. And they sit there after 9 months, they still go in the kelim, as we said, progressively, and they sit there for 12 months until the kelim are completely done. Because in the tzutzot, even though the mesukin, they cannot do anything without the kelim. Shenigmer gam b'chinas kelim, v'az nolad avla v'yotz v'chut le'avir ha'olam b'vokem avuilo. And therefore, after 12 months, everything is mesukin, right? Already after 7 months, the oil is mesukin. 9 months, the tzutzot is mesukin. After 12 months, everything is done, and they come out from the imam. Yeah. Now, where do they go after they come out from Ima? So, if we remember from Shaar, they go all the way back into Bia. Believe it or not, all the Patsufim from the same there, they go back into Bia all the way down there. They're yoining from the Dadi Benema. Remember what the Dadi Behema are? Dadi Behema are the Netzar Hod, the lowest Chalakim and Netzar Hod of Atik. Atik goes down in order to nurture the Patsufim and the Olamas Tachtonim in order to keep them alive. And then after that, they go. And the yoining from the Dadi Odom. So now we're going to explain how all the 3 bechinas. Now we're going to go progressively through the tikkun process now, in more detail. Now we know that tchila shlosha yomim arishonim nikraim shloshes yemei klita. We all know what that is. That it takes, in order for a successful birth, klita to happen, you need 3 days. Those are the make or break it. Either there's going to be a klita between zera ducha and zera nukva, or there won't be a klita. Those are the 3 days. Now, it happens as follows. As maschilin ikanes ktsat orot v'ktsat nitzutzim bekelim kvan izbai le'el shekol shlosha bechinas nitkenim me'at me'at. So let's explain one by one. Here we go. Now, v'hine nizbai le'el ki ANaCH. Now the ANaCH, which is the oros nitzutzim kelim of Zah, kulam nichlolim v'nasu bechinas tlat kelil and tlat. Now let's just remind ourselves what is tlat, kelil, and tlat. We learned this process already, and that is when the netzach hod yesod the child's legs are folded over onto his chagas, right? So his right leg on his right side of his chagas, left leg on the left arm, and then his middle on the tiferet. That's where it goes. You sold on the tiferet. Now, why is that happening? In order to make a tikkun. Now, when does that happen? That's when Arich raises up his legs. Remember the halbosha. You have Arich in the background. You have Abba on the right hand side by the goren ad achazir. Well, ad the tibur for this particular example. So here's Abba on the right hand side till the chazir, to the tibur. Ima's on the left hand side to the tibur, all around 360. Right, and Arich is in the background, and then from the nahi down, from the tibur down to the raglaim is zanuk, or all the way down there. So just imagine when Al-Champin lifts his legs up and touches his chest, what's going to happen is that automatically Zah is going to lift up his legs and touch his chest. And therefore it comes out that Zah will be between Al-Champin and Abba V'Ima. Because he's going to go lift up his legs. Zah, which is attached to the legs, will go inside of Abba V'Ima, and therefore it's as if Abba V'Ima are giving birth to Zah. Zah is considered to be as Ibo to Abba V'Ima. Let's see that inside. כי ANaCH כולם נכללו ונעשו בחינת תלת כליל ותלת והלבישו לעיני דאריך ואבא מכסה אליהם מלבישם מצד ימין. Abba is on the right hand side, ואמא מצד שמאל. Ima is on the left hand side, 360, right? 180 degrees on the front hand side, 180 degrees on the left hand, on the back side. ונמצא שבמחציץ אלו הבחינס עומדים בתוך אבא Zah now will be half on the Abba side and half on the Ima side, once it's between the Arich and the Abba Ima. והנה Abba נותנים כולם לאימא בשלושת ימי קליטה כמו שהסביר. So Abba will give, as it's known, Abba will give his zera over to Ima, and Ima after that will give over her zera. There was going to be a klita. They're going to be a klita. Let's continue. והנה כבר נסבר לאל שכל פגם ושבירה במיסה שאירה לאלו השבע מלוכים היה לסיבה פירוד אשר ביניהם. Again, like the lesson says, there are many different reasons. One reason we gave already because there was too many sigim. Another reason why they broke is because there was no communication between them. There was no yichud between them. They're all the pirud beneihem, and there was no connection. ויוצאו זה על גבי זה שלא כדי הקווים. זין תחתונים came down בחד סמכה זה תקום. ולמעלה בשעה עתיק, יומין, which is in pereck case, דרוש הספקס, that we know, בדד הראשון, those who were with us in the שעה עתיק, שיש ברשע דלא יתעודה, that's the רשע that we had all the ספקס in, נסבאר פירוש דר קווים מעניונם. If you look over there, you remind yourself of what their kavim means. אז היו נקראים רשות הרבים בסוד פירות. So let me just explain this now. There's two misogim that the Arizal borrows from Hichas Tchumim, Hichas Shabbos is Reshut Rabim, Yeshus Yachid. What's Reshut Rabim? Reshut Rabim, as we know, is a mokum where there is no connection between people. You just walk around with no particular connection. It's a mokum hefker, basically, and therefore there's no connection, no yichud. That is bebechinas tohu. Mashin ken. If Reshut Yachid, which connects everybody, it's a common ground where people live there in unity, a family, for example. Therefore, that's considered Reshut Yachid and a mokum tikkun. Why is it tikkun? Because where there's unity, where there's communication, there is prosperity, there's strength, there is success. The success is in numbers, right? When there's unity, that's possible. So therefore, says the Rav like this, as follows: that what happened over here is that the reason why they broke is because they were bechat samcha, one under the other. Masha enken, when they come b'der yeshus yachid, meaning they come with communication, with a yichud, they come b'der kavim all of a sudden. And we'll explain that a bit more as we go along. What is Taki Yesod of Kavim? Why is that so important? Why is that more on Tikkun? V'nimsa שבחינס תיקון הוא לחברם יחד. שיהיו בחינס קווים מאירים זה בזה. So here you go, that's the yesod. The yesod of kavim is one is meir on the other. I mean, there's the communication, there's ha'ora. They're working together, miska like Zohar, like a perfect weight on the scales. Everything's balanced. Ze alidei ze yelem tikun. Ve'alidei ze yelem tikun. Ve'havin ma'od ha'kavim ma'inyonim. Ve'ein ze ika tikun. Ve'ech ze ika tikun. Ve'zachol ze shetitzrech le'ela v'kama mikoma. Says Arizal, remember this klal I just told you. I gave you the secret of tikun, and you're going to take this all through Otzrot Chaim with you. But he doesn't necessarily repeat himself. והנה, כאשר עלו אלו השבע מלאכים בשלושה בחינס להתקן בסוד איבו בתוך אבא ואמא כנזכר, when these בחינס went up from the עולמות התחתונים, נמצא חצד נצח וחצי תפארת וחצי יסוד וחצי המלכות, הימונה עומדים בתוך אבא ומחציתם אחרים בתוך אמא. So if you think about it, again, there are 7 spheres. Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Umalchut. Now, half of that kav would go on the other side. Chesed, Netzach, those two for sure go on the right-hand side, because they're on the right-hand side. And even in the middle of the kav, we're going to split it in half. Tiferet, Malchut, Tiferet, Yesod, Umalchut, we're going to split it in half. Half for Abba and half for Ima. Again, this is when then Atik is raising up, Ari is raising up his leg, it's going to go b'toch Ima. והנה, ביום הראשון של הקליטה, what's going to happen ביום הראשון בעצם? נתחברו יחד אותם החצאים שהיו בתוך אבא והיו לאחדים, ונכלול עם חסד בנצח ויסוד בתפארת. All of them are going to connect as he's raising up his legs, therefore his netzach is going to go on top of his chesed. V'yesod b'tiferet, Yesod and Tiferet are going to connect, and Malchut b'yesod also going to connect. V'nitkashru b'bechinas kavim zeh b'zeh b'yachas. So you're going to have automatically kav yamin which developed, and you're going to have kav emtsoi, half of it anyways. V'achar kach b'yom hasheni shel klita, what's going to happen on the second day of klita? Nechachdu v'nitkashru yachad chatzayim sheb'toch ima zeh b'zeh. It's going to say exact same thing. As he's lifting his leg, therefore the Hod is going to connect up to the Bina. And we're going to have the exact same situation, the Yesod to Tiferet and the Yesod to Malchut. That's all going to connect up. Now we have Kav Small and also the Hashlama of Kav Yamin. Now what's going to happen on the third day of the Yemei Klita? אחר כך ביום השלישי נתקשרו יחד אותם שבתוך אבא עם אותם שבתוך אמא. אז ניתן אבא לאמא מחצית שהיו בו, ונמצא שזה נותון ותוך אמא בסוף ג' ימי קליטה, אומנם כל זהו בחינת כלים. All this is בחינת כלים. Now what's going to happen again, the Mepharshim explains what exactly the zivug process is. First is the zivug menubei, in that of Zah. Zah is mezavik chokhmah bina bezivug menubei. That makes its aliyah on the right hand side. Ima is also going to have zivug menubei between the chokhmah bina, and that's going to misorder her to make a zivug. And then finally there's going to be a physical zivug between them, and Abba will be mashpia onto her. His tipa and her tipa were going to mingle together. That's going to be the klita, and that's going to be the tikkun of the keli. And the Mepharshim explained that automatically the oilers and the tzutzim will have their own tikkun. That's the Kerem Shlom Oitz Zayin. That their tikkun is going to happen automatically due to this process.
The tipper is the mokum chibul.
Sorry?
The tipper is the mokum chibul.
The mokum chibul.
Chibul between the two.
No, the tipa is the zera. The tipa is the zera, and the mokum chibul is the yesoides. The yesoides are mezavik. That's the mokum chibul. And he's passing like a physical zivug, and it's going to pass the zera.
Well, as I meant, normally the zera is machava to the beit,
right?
Therefore, becomes a new thing.
Right, in her. Was a mokam chibur? I don't know what you're talking about. Between Abba ve'Ima, or between the where there's mokam chibur between the two tipim happen. The chibur between the two tipim, his tipa and her tipa, will happen in Ima. Like a normal zivug. V'da, שבחינס ההתקשרוס הכלים והאחדוסם Dusam haya ali de zivuk. Like he said right now, this kashrut will happen ali de zivuk. Shinzdavgo abba ve'ima. Ve'abba noten tipim de ducha. Ve'ima tipa de ducha. He's going to give his tipa. She's going to give her tipa. Ali de izeh nitzkashru sheva kelim. They're all going to get together. All that again. That's it. So the tikkun to get them all the mashvet together. The yuchud gomo. Asher kava yu ba'olam etchila nitkenu al yedeyam. That's going to be the tikkun that Abba will do with Ima. V'nirlean is date Chaim shetipos Elohem b'chinas ma achadash. Dr. Rav Chaim Vital interjects over here, and he wants to say be'etzim is that the tikkun that's happening over here, the tipos that we're speaking about, asher al yodam nitkam ben kinizka le'el. Is this what is the contribution of Abba of Ima? We say tikkun, but what is this tikkun process? Says Chaim Vital, this is the ma achadash comes out from the metzach. And this is the Teisha Sfiros of Ben, which is coming to the Naim, the Ashlama, which is going to be which is going to be mashli in the Malchut of the Ben that broke. That is the contribution of Abba Ima. Now let's continue. That's the Kelim going to take 12 months, and once that's done, all the other Bechinas are done, obviously. Sheva Kelim Nimtza. Sheva kelim. We know there's 7 kelim that broke, right? From Chesed to Malchut. Nimtza shekol there's a kumtoroi. So if you have 7 kelim in 12 months, how many days would that take for each one? 51 days and a half. That's what it comes out to be. That every 51 days and a half nidkan keli sfira achas. So 51 days and a half times 7 is how much? 360 days.
51 times 7?
51.5 times 7 is 360 days, which is 12 months. The Emistic calculation, though, is 360 days and half a day, 0.5. And why is he not bringing this half a day? Says the Shem and Sosa in Ois Vav that since it's only half a day, lo chosh lezeh. Therefore, he didn't bother saying it because it's only a half a day. Okay, let's continue. Omnam, bechinas ha'oros hem oros sheva chodoshim, nilsa shekol chodesh nitkan or echad. This is what I told you. For the oros, there are 7 kelim we said that broke. 7 months for the tikkun. Every month takes another. Every sphere will be. So the first month would be Chesed, second month would be Gvur Mesukim. Ve'im tatzki tavin kishlosha chodoshim arishonim huzman heker ibo. We know that's a heker ibo for the first 3 months. Kemo shomu chazal, ve'kemo shizbar kaman. Ve'ina ba'em nitkan shlosha oretz. Chesed, Tiferet, v'yesod. Now even though this is counterintuitive, because usually we would say Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet. But those are the first 3. So why are we saying it's Chesed, Tiferet, Yesod? Lefisha Tiferet v'Yesod hem kav emtzai shem rachamim v'lecheim hem nitkin tchila ima Chesed shu kav yamin. So interesting enough, the first 3 sfirot, every month is another sfira, and every or, another or, which is Mesukin, but it won't be the first 3, but rather the most rachamim dika orets which gets Mesukin first. That's Chesed, then Gvura, and then finally it's going to be Chesed, Tiferet, and Yesod. Now you would have thought maybe it would be Netzach. That's going to be his next point over here. Netzach is not, even though it's the right hand side, it's Rachamim, it should be the first candidate, or the second candidate, or the third candidate. Nevertheless, it's not even a candidate at all for the first type of Tikkunim. Why? Says the Arizal, Omnam, Netzach afilu kav yamin, afilu shu kav yamin, eino nitkan betchilak, lefi shu b'chines raglayim. V'gam lefi shu koshu behod. So 2 times. First of all, it's the last part. And the Fashion explains, since it's the last part of Zah, that's where the Chitzonim get their Chiyus. And since we don't want to deprive the Chiyus of the Chitzonim, because we're Mevatel, and therefore there's no Bechir anymore, there's no point being here anymore, so we have to keep them alive. So that's why they come up last for the Tikkun. Another reason is because of kosher to Yesod. We know that Netzer and Hod, we said many times, is Trei Palga de Gufa, the 2 sides of the same coin. And since Hod is not going to get his Tikkun straight away, therefore, I Efsha, that Netzach should get it, because there's two sides of the coin. And we see this idea in Shaar Shemois, for example, and pereck Gimel, Shaar Shemois and Otzrot Chaim. There we find that the Keli Chison of Netzach is what? Netzach Hod is the same Keli, the same name of the Keli, and it's called Tzavakos. And interesting enough, that Netzach, Tzavakos is the name of the Keli. It's no smaller than that. Now, Netzach will take half of that word, and Hod will take half of the word. Just to prove the point that it's Trei Palag de Gufa, they don't have two separate Kelim, but rather they share the same Keli. Now, v'kamoshu kosa bedrush inan behade hutza lake chuva. The Gemara says in Baba Kama Daf Tzadi Gimel Amud Aleph. Interesting Gemara. The Gemara says that when you're picking kotzim, you're mesakening the kotzim, which are poking into your vegetable. Here, in this particular case, is the kruv. That it's lo yumole, that you'll be able to take out without affecting. You take out the kotzim, these how do you say kotzim in English?
Thorns. These
thorns without affecting the kruv. And therefore, that's the exact same example that he's bringing over here. That's what the Arizal brings down. והנם על הנצח והוד שאינו מתחברים לגמרי עד זמן יניקה, שמין היוסם דם חוזרים להיות חלב, ויונקים הזר, אז נגמר לתקן על ידי עין שם. So the two palgei de gufa, the two sides of the same coin. You can't be sucking one with the other. Sort of you're ripping one from the other. And we know the whole in and over there as well is more than that. Because we know the Netzach Hod, Einu Misbarim Legamre Ad Zman Yenika. We know this is the whole Zman Yenika, 24 months, as we'll explain later on. Zman Yenika. Shemin Heyois Dam Chozrim Lios Chalov. We know that the psoilus of all the birurim, what's going to happen is going to come out from Ima, B'derech psoilus, that's the Dam Nida, and the other part of the Dam is going to stay in her and become Chalov. And that is where the Zah will be yonik. And therefore, that's going to be the Gemar Tikkun, as we'll see later on. The Tikkun of Zah. Okay, let's continue. Now, Bechinas and Nitzutzot Tzorch Bahem Bio Rocha. Now, so far we spoke about the Kelim take 12 months. We spoke about the Oros that take 7 months. Now, the Nitzutzos, the truth of the matter is we spoke a lot about the Nitzutzos. We spoke about the Rafach, Shaar Rafach. We had 4 Shiurim on Shaar Rafach, actually 5 Shiurim Shaar Rafach. And it's Chaim, there's a 6 Shaar over there. And that's what he's referring to over here, the Nitzutzos. Bechinas Nitzutzos Tzorch Bahem Bio Rav. V'utoloi b'dush Rafach shnizbayer le'el, what we spoke about at length. V'sham nizbayer Rafach, and it's just a quick summary as he's referring to us right now. Nizbayer Rafach Nitzutzim Hem Arba Shemois. We categorize the 288 Nitzutzim into 4 categories. Chesed is connected Av, Gvura is connected Chet, Sag, Tifer Netzach Hod Yisod is connected Ma, and then Malchus connected Ben. Those are the 4 major categories. That's Ab. That's Ab the Sag, Ab the Ma, Ab the Ben. That's 72, 77. 72 times 4 is what? 288. Ab Nitzutzim b'kol echad. והנה, 3 הראשונים שהם Ab, Sag, Ma. We know that the first 3 categories belong to Zah. Those are connected Zah. Hem Zah levad k'nizkar le'el. Shem b'chines Chesed, Ab, v'gvura Ab, v'tiferet imnahi Ma. Those are all connected, those b'chines. But the last b'chin of Ben, as we know, who nukva de Zah. V'aven hakdama zu heitev, v'nimtza ki 3 shemos elu Ab, Sag u'ma hem nitzutzot v'nichnasim be'elu hakelim de Zah lechiyoisam, v'achar kach nevai inyon nukva b'zat Hashem. So therefore that completes our first pereck of Shaar ANaCH, that we see that the Kelim and the Nitzutzos and the Orot are Mesukin through this process of going back into Ima and all the time that it takes. Okay, Mr. Hashem, next time we'll get into more detail in Shaar ANaCH pereck base. Shkaya.